Alright, strangers rank their intelligence by IQ versus their first impressions. Usually in these ranking videos, there's a lot of humbling going on. There's usually one real arrogant person, or maybe they just sleep on one person. Either way, let's just check it out.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, we'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Brought 6 people together to rank themselves based on intelligence. I didn't read the whole thing. Ugh. IQ test. So they did an IQ test and then... Okay.
Should we just like go down and do
intros?
Yeah, I'm Sade, I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to Yale.
I'm Tyler, I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm Kaylee, I'm 25. I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University and I have a bachelor's degree.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry. Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida.
Hi everybody, my name is Sean. I'm 27. I'm the director of social media for a company, and I also work for a digital ad agency. I got a double major in dance and cultural anthropology. Undergrad, I went to Loyola Marymount University.
Hi everybody, I'm Ray. I'm 24. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Harvard recently, and I work in consulting.
Oh, y'all are babies.
I know,
that's what I'm saying, is age a factor?
Yeah, it gives you like years of experience.
Yeah, I guess we need maybe it's good to identify what intelligence means to everybody.
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem solving skills more than it is your education. Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. The formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing would probably be common sense.
Yeah, so...
Oh my god. Tyler's speaking facts right now, bro. He's spitting. Just the way he carries himself right now, he's up there for me.
For me personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined.
People consciously or unconsciously, when they see someone, form an opinion immediately. Like I'm sure we all did right away.
When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks. He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk. Sean, I didn't want to judge him.
Here's the thing with intelligence. Someone can be just academically intelligent, but just like has no common sense, like isn't street smart, and that goes overall in intelligence, right? There's also emotional intelligence. Like there's a lot of it, like intelligence as a whole. It's like so hard to think. But just because someone has a lot of degrees and studied a lot doesn't mean they're intelligent. That just means that, you know, if they've memorized or know what they're studying, like in that particular. But intelligence is like everything, right? So
based on the way he looks or dresses or acts. So I was like, I think he's intelligent.
First impressions, I would put him at the bottom only because when I was in school, all the other people with like the bright neon colors and stuff, they were typically the ones doing worse in classes. Damn. If we were ranking confidence, I'd definitely put Sean at very first place.
I mean, hey, that's fair. I mean, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. He said based on his experience.
The definition that we're going with is the biggest question.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition. It combines everything.
Does anyone have any like initial...
You can be honest.
Start on that side. I'm done going first.
I feel like I have a good combination of both, like book smart and street smart. So yeah, I think I have some input on that. There's so many aspects to intelligence. It really goes beyond IQ and EQ. Even those two different factors don't capture what it really means to be intelligent.
I know I'm not, from Yale, I don't have a PhD, but what I lack in those areas, I'm able to still problem solve and use my own skill set, my emotional intelligence as well as my social intelligence.
Besides my education and background, I feel like I have high emotional intelligence, like I'm aware of my surroundings.
As a software developer, my problem solving skills are obviously top notch, I think I would say. My whole life I've kind of had to fight to be seen as intelligent. I think I'm so used to having to do that as a woman, to just step up and be like, I deserve to be here. My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with. And I'm like, What? I'm like,
Obviously, out of everyone
pick you
here,
up.
I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a cyber and defense specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people. You have to take the ASVAB before you go into the military. That's not really how much you know, but how well you can learn information. And I got a 94 on that. It's not an amount of how much you study, how much you know. You're not gonna really get better at learning. Does that make sense?
I strongly disagree with you don't get better at learning. The idea that you can get better at learning is a pretty big signifier of intelligence. I'm very much dyslexic. I have ADHD, and I'm on the autism
The
spectrum.
thing with the military though, like I feel like you have to be like stop sleeping on the military. Yeah, gun, shoot, whatever. But there is like you have to be intelligent to be in the military, like to especially if you're in a higher position, because you're playing with life. This is life or death. You know what I mean? They're not gonna just give it to anyone.
Dyslexia means that there's a big gap in comprehension.
I mean, look
so
at Navy
I was
SEALs,
scoring
bro.
99th percentile in certain areas and like 3rd percentile in others. I'll never be able to learn another language. I took Spanish for 12 years and I can still basically only order a burrito.
So I have a question. Why did you go to Yale and why did you go to Harvard?
My parents are immigrants from China, and I'm a first generation immigrant as well and college student as well. My family always really stressed the importance of formal education. For me, that was something that I really strived for.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
I gotta go 1.
No.
Oh yeah. 2.
Because of
3,
Harvard.
4, 5, 6.
He's
I would
6?
rank you as a 6, not meaning that you're not intelligent. I also think that I don't place a lot of value on the military.
What? Are you thick?
No, full stop.
I'd probably do
Oh, humble
1,
her. Humble
2,
her.
3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry.
I'm the villain
Yo!
in this episode.
Put some respect on his name.
Does anyone think they're like either end of the spectrum?
I'd say I'm 1, if nothing else, because I know what I'm about and I'm sure of that.
Wait, you guys have to rank everyone too. That is so unfair. No.
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
okay. I think 1,
See how Fosse's
2.
though? See how Fosse, like,
3, 4.
they're gonna do him last
5,
again.
6. I'm sorry.
Yo, this disrespectful,
It's
bro.
hard for me to look past the education part. Going to college, I think you learn a lot, if nothing else emotionally, but I still think you're smart.
Not really. You don't, like, when you go to college, yeah, sure, whatever, right? You're just memorizing information for a test.
Thank you.
He probably learned so much
2,
more.
3.
Hang on,
You're
what?
smart.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, immigrant parents, first generation going to college, humble, modest. 2, me, I don't know, PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19
up.
testing kits,
Shut
stuff like that.
up.
And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us. Tyler, he ranked last for me personally because the way he carries himself. He was ranking intelligence based on his point of view and not taking in other people's point of views and compiling results. But really just came down to his body language, his demeanor, the way he carried himself, the way he acted towards the group.
I would.
What does that have to do with intelligence? Hey, how about you get humbled? Oh, I just hope she gets humbled, bro. God, please tell me there's a happy
But
ending.
1, 2,
What?
3,
What?
4, 5, and out 6. So the reason why I put you at number 1 is I think you have the highest, not only EQ score out of everybody, but the way you present yourself, as well as being a PhD student, I think is just like a huge thing. But I put myself 6 because I feel like I might be the weakest in terms of actual IQ score. Hopefully I can make it up as everything else. So I did put myself as least intelligent. However, if it can't be me, I definitely think Tyler, unfortunately, his way of thinking is linear. And I think intelligence is almost like a sphere. It's a picture. And right now he's only coloring with one color than, with the rainbow.
So who got the most number ones? Thank you. Move down.
Who got the most?
Sean A was
like
pretty
you.
up there too.
I feel like you were definitely 3, right?
Yeah. I'm in between
You were
Harvard and
4.
Yale.
And they put him lost.
I think that I sort of expected to be ranked a little bit lower at first glance and first interaction with me.
She
It's
said she don't respect the military. Not this chick, the other chick. That's
hard
so
to tell
disrespectful.
how
You're
intelligent
literally walking around causing the military.
I am. It's hard to tell how intelligent anybody
And
is.
I'm not like
Is
a big
anyone
like
upset
I'm not
with
a
where they're-
big military family or anything like that, you know?
Understanding.
I think it makes sense that I'm down here. Like the guy who graduated from high school and then joined the military, he probably wouldn't be like high up on there. If I was in their shoes, I definitely would have also ranked myself among the lowest.
I do feel like there might be
Self-reflection, he can see from their perspective. Okay, Tyler, let's
prejudice
go.
acting in terms of ranking you
Okay, I was thinking that
highly.
too.
But I agree with the ranking. I think you probably are the most intelligent out of all of us. I would feel weird placing you there and not acknowledging the dynamics in which we did so.
I hope these two are below Tyler. I just hope. I hope these two girls are below Tyler. That's all I say. Okay, then now they take the IQ test. Righto?
Hearing that I had to take an IQ test was definitely hard to hear. Quantifying things for me in that realm is really hard because it gives you something really solid. Even if you don't buy into IQ
So we're making excuses already.
tests, it still gives you a number at the end of the day, which
Shout
is
out
something
Jinxie,
you have
bro.
to grapple with.
I literally thought when you said to open the computer, we're going to look at social media, that I didn't think an IQ test would be part of it.
It was kind of expected. We're being ranked by intelligence, an IQ test. It's not that far out the realm of possibility.
So number 1
Oh.
is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee. Number 3 will be Tyler. And number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
She's lost! Oh, bro, look at her face.
Number 4
Look at her
would
face
be
right here.
Shada. Number
When he
5,
said Tyler.
number 3 will be Tyler.
Bro, the side
Number
eye anger. Look at her face right here, bro. She's salty.
4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
She's lost. I'm a PhD glazer of yourself. You're lost. Bro, she is mad. Check her out.
I think an IQ test tests something. I don't think it's intelligence. It's definitely testing something. IQ tests are now
You're
known
fourth.
to be flawed and based on incorrect sample sizes.
Be humble.
I have really severe dyslexia. There's 2 questions
Oh,
on that test that I
here we
automatically
go.
basically can't answer.
Excuse God.
I'm sure if you studied for an IQ test, you would do a lot better. IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure intelligence. It's really on a spectrum what constitutes somebody as intelligent.
Excuse
Before
God.
this, all I knew about IQ tests is that they existed, and the I stands for intelligence. I've never looked into IQ tests before. Coming here today, them saying the EQ, that was the first time I've ever heard that term in my life.
Coming back to intelligence,
out Tyler,
it's not
bro.
just your IQ, it's your EQ, it's your common sense, it's street smarts.
Yeah, but you have PhD, you've done this, you've done that. That's technically IQ. That's not EQ, bro.
Sure,
Sit
it
down.
is some type
Sit
of
down.
metric similar to an SAT and ACT score is a metric for getting into college, but there's more to that person than that test.
I'm actually excited I wasn't last because I thought I was going to be last, not going to lie. I
Sean's just happy to be here, bro. Sean's just happy to be here.
think an IQ test is a good indicator to see how people handle pressure, but I think that's easier to make sense in our heads that, oh, you're smart and you're not smart.
Definitely don't think it's the best metric. I've been exposed to tests like these probably more than most people here. That already gives me an unfair advantage.
This is my villain redemption arc and climbing up the ladder.
Shout out Tyler, bro. GG.